Hello everyone, welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Ma'am and this is our YouTube channel JIB CIB English Medium. Everyone, let's talk about a very important thing, that is most important topics for ABFM for CIB examination. There are certain topics and certain things which are super duper important when you're preparing for CIB. What are these based upon? These topics are based upon the previous analysis and the kind of questions that have been asked, and based upon the popularity of certain topics in the various other examinations as well. Considering all these parts, we have come up with a few areas to be covered in more detail. But disclaimer everyone, I would never recommend someone just prepare the most important topic and don't do anything else for the examination. This is where you will be doomed to fail. The reason is, in the CIB examination, they are covering the entire book. They are not leaving any specific chapter for the sake of it, that we will leave this chapter for this examination. They are covering the entire book, means in the entire book. The 25 units that are there in ABFM, they are all covered. That means if you leave any of the specific chapters thinking since it's not that important, I don't think there would be much in the examination, then that approach is terribly wrong. Right? So when we talk about the specific area of most important topics, that means these are the areas where you need to work slightly more than that of others. Everyone, moving on, if you're interested, then first of all, go ahead and enroll on our courses. Currently we are going through our sale. In our sale you will get 79% discount, but don't forget to use the code Y541. The details of the code is there in the particular description area. You have seen there in the ticker itself, you can see the code Y541. Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about ABFM, Advanced Business and Financial Management. In the Advanced Business and Financial Management, let's talk about the passing criteria. The passing criteria for this examination is, you will get a score of if you're giving individual exam, that means you're giving individual subject, then you have to score 50 out of 100. And when we talk about the specific area of, if you're going for the examination from the point of view of you are going for all the 5 subjects together, then minimum 45 should be there in each subject, and overall you should be scoring 50% of the total. Your total is 500 and you should be scoring 250. Done everyone? That's an important area further. When we talk about our ABFM, in our ABFM we have got 4 specific modules divided into 25 units. Okay. First is Module A, the management process. Module B, the advanced concepts of financial management. Third is Module C, the valuation of mergers and acquisitions. Module D, emerging business solutions. There are the 4 specific units which are there in the examination. Which parts are easier? Let's start with that. Module A and Module D are pure theory and more scoring as well, right? So Module A and Module D are something that if you pick up first, that will boost up your confidence and you can score good marks in the exam. What is the difficult part, or the part which requires more importance and a little more attention as well? That is Module B and Module C, based upon their numerical portion that they have added. But the point is, if you go for Module B, it sets the base for not only C, yeah, it also sets the base for Module D, because this particular subject is hardcore finance based. And if you're going for the finance area, then without Module B, C and D becomes a little difficult. Okay, since the particular topic is are based upon the most important ones, but just a few important thing further. When we go for the examination, always analyze your weakness, everyone. Find out what particular weakness do you have when you're preparing in the examination. Module A, Module B, Module C, or Module D. When I talk about, let's talk about myself. I have more inclination towards the numerical portion as compared to theory portion. So what will happen whenever I'm going for the examination, I'll just go through the theory upar se ki acha acha, let's just get it done. But I want to do the practical part in detail. Now that's my weakness there. What would happen if I don't go through the theoretical portion in a proper manner? In the examination, I'll be stuck once they give the questions that is based upon read between the lines. That is illustrations and everything covered in the examination. They have started covering, for example, wala portion in the examination as well. That means if I am not attentive towards what is written in the book, then I'm definitely in a trouble in the exam. So first of all, analyze your weakness. based upon your interest. Always start with something that you are interested in. In that case, your interest in the examination never dies. You're not preparing just for the sake of it. Then you're preparing because you actually like the subject. Okay. Analyze your weakness. Number one, module A, the management process. Is this your weakness? This is a pure theory chapter. This is pure theory, and even this is almost pure theory. Hardly one particular area is there. That is Black-Scholes model. Other than Black-Scholes, nothing is there that is given in the module D, which is practical. And then we have module B and module C, which have many practical or numerical based chapters. Okay. Now comes the first part. Let's talk about it. First is module A. Module A, the management process. When we talk about the area of management process, first chapter, the basics of management is quite important. There are certain areas called schools of thought. Different authors coming up with their different thought processes. So how this different schools of management have given their theories is quite important, right? And in the area of planning, I would say the steps in terms of planning is super important. Steps in any of these particular subjects, any of these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is the process of doing anything? See, everything has a process. When you're thinking or planning something, there's a process. When you start organizing, then there's a process. And pata hai, POSDC, this is also a process: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So you have to go through the steps wala area. They can ask you in a bigger question that what is the sequence of the process. So steps in terms of the process is very important in all these 5 chapters which are remaining. Along with this, when we talk about directing, there's a particular area where we have given various philosophers in terms of motivation, slightly more important than the other topics. Okay. In terms of controlling, there's also the steps which are super important. Then in the examination, which particular chapters are more important? I would say first is very important, and then more important topics are fourth, okay, as well as I would say even the fifth one. These 3 chapters are slightly more important than the other chapters as they were asked more as compared to others. ऐसा नहीं है in the examination they are not asking questions from 2, 3 and 6, but the questions that are there in the examination are more from the first, fourth and fifth. I've given you a few important topics. Steps has to be in a proper manner, right? In terms of organizing, different types of organization structures are there. Okay. Yeah, लीजिए, this is also very important. Then in terms of staffing, there are different types of recruitment is there. That is something which I have seen has been asked in the examination. So this is also quite important. Then everyone, then comes module B, advanced concept of financial management. Number one is the most important chapter of the entire book is chapter number 7. This particular chapter is pure terminology based. This is based upon what are the various sources of finance and the financial strategies. That means we learn about the basics. If I'm using my money, it's called equity. If I am borrowing from others, that is called debt. So what is the relationship of equity with debt, and how equity and debt work, and how much balance do we require? We are going to use more of debt or more of equity, or any of these things altogether. We have to look forward to that clarity as well. So we are talking about sources of finance and the financial strategies. Next part is your financial and operating leverage. Now they have started asking numerical questions. Numerical question, that is what I can say, a case study based. A case study based question can also be asked from the area of financial and operating leverage. And in this case, they have asked questions where they have given find the different types of leverage. There are 3 types of leverage: financing, operating, and combined. So all these 3 leverages can be asked in the examination in terms of one particular case study. This is a practical chapter. Okay. Then comes capital investment decision. Again, the most important topic of our book is this capital investment decisions. In this case, there are multiple methods that includes your NPV. NPV method is super important, not only from practical but also for theoretical model. And then we talk about NPV and even IRR plus the payback. These are slightly more important than the other methods. Okay. There are two more methods, accounting rate of return, that has also been given in the book as a very big illustration, but very interesting one. Okay. Just based upon ninth is your chapter number 10th. Matlab, everyone, let me tell you a truth about the examination there. If I go for the exam, chapter number 7 helps you to understand chapter number 19, chapter number 20, chapter number 21. That means if you are done with 7th, then you can easily understand the concepts of chapter number 19, 20, and 21. That means the 7th entire chapter is super duper important. Then comes if you do chapter number 9 properly, then you can do chapter number 10 without any trouble. Then you can do chapter number 14 as well as 15 without any problem. So think about it. If you are doing certain chapters by doing 7th and 9th properly, you can do 10th, 14th, 15th, 19th, 20 and 21. The number of chapters that you can cover by just covering two chapters is definitely very important. Then comes chapter number 10 is basically based upon there are certain topics which are slightly more important there. That includes interest parity. Okay. And then is risk adjusted discount rate, more important. And then we have spot rate calculation. Okay. These are slightly more important, and not only from the practical part but also from theoretical point of view. When we talk about adjustments of risk and uncertainty and decision making, there are certain areas called CAPM model. Then there is certain thing which has been asked in the examination is arbitrage model. These two models are slightly more important, actually the most important models to look forward to, because in the examination CAPM portion was asked in the examination, but how there was an element in the formula, that element was asked in the examination, that element was beta. They asked about the assumptions relating to beta. Matlab, you do not only have to understand the numerical from the point of your formula, but if you go through the formula properly, then you will be able to answer the theoretical questions based upon the same as well. So this is what we can cover in terms of the module B altogether. Next part is module C. Under module C, corporate valuation is an extremely important chapter, because there is something called relative valuation. This particular topic is linked with multiple chapters. It is also covered in 14th, 15th and even 16th. Okay. And relative valuation, then stock and debt approach is quite important. And then in terms of this area, what next do we have? When we talk about discounted cash flow valuation, other discounted, there are certain formulas, like they're using enterprise value. Find the enterprise value, that's an important area altogether. Then there is something called PE, that is price earning ratio. Peg ratios are also important based upon PE, PS and PB. These are the different models that they have given in terms of your preparation. Slightly more important, huh? So I'm writing it over there, PB, PS multiple. These are quite important. Okay. And then we have special cases of valuation. This talks about the specific area of what? This talks about intangible assets. Other areas are different, but when we talk about special cases, they're valuing the things which nobody else are valuing, and they're exclusively different from others. That is special cases of valuation. So another important area. 17th is merger, acquisitions, and restructuring. Types of merger, very, very important. This is something which they have never missed in the examination till now. Types of merger and tax exemptions. Another important area to be covered regarding mergers. And deal structuring also has deal structuring, and financial strategies also has the area of tax management. So that's another important area that you should definitely look forward to. Okay? Tax management in terms of deal structuring. So this is something which they have asked in their IIBF MCQs as well. So another important area to look forward to. In every chapter, I'm telling you which part is more important. I've already marked the chapters which I find more important already. Under hybrid finance, a very, very, very important chapter for module D. And pata hai, one of the hidden talents in terms of chapter number 25, SPAC, the smallest chapter of the book. But imagine in the last to last attempt, they had covered 5 to 6 questions specifically from SPAC. Now, this is one particular surprising chapter which came for a good number of marks, which doesn't even take 1 hour to complete because hardly 10 pages are there in the entire chapter. But yes, they are covering these things. Then another important topic is the schemes of startup. Schemes of startup, they can be asked in the examination. Under hybrid finance, your equity, preference and debt based, the characteristics of various areas to be covered, they are to be done in a proper manner. They can ask this in the examination. Private equity and venture capital, angel investors, venture capitalists, it's very, very important for the examination. Then we have business analytics as management tools. The various tools are specifically more important than anything else. There are multiple things to be covered under business analytics, but yeah, the tools are quite important. They have been asked in the examination. Under AI, there are certain terminologies which are more important than others. But if I look at the particular chapters which are more important, here is chapter number 19, then chapter number 20, 21 is again very important, and SPAC. And these three are okay chapters. They have been asked in the examination, but lesser than the four. Then is green and sustainable financing. Normally 1 to 2 questions comes from this area as well, from the area of green bonds. Okay, that's one particular area they have covered a lot in the examination. In terms of AI, who introduced it? There are certain softwares in terms of AI which have been asked in the examination, right? So overall, these are the most important topics of our ABFM exam. Next part is numerical chapters. This is a list of the numerical chapters that you will find, starting from financial and operating leverages, chapter number 8, chapter number 9, chapter number 10, chapter number 11. Then this is your corporate valuation, unit C. This is module C, first chapter, second chapter, third chapter, and then fourth chapter. These are all exclusively numerical area, though they have theoretical area as well, but they are slightly more aligned towards numerical part. So understand these chapters practically. Theoretically, you will automatically become stronger. That's the approach that you should be taking in this. Scoring chapters in terms of theory is module A and module D, because they are not covering only A and D that much. More than 50% of the paper comes from this area. But if you're doing just A and D, you will definitely not pass. Why? Because understand, error is to error is human, and the memory is also limited. So you'll take more than 50% by just covering more than 50%. Business syllabus will not help you. You should study up to 80 to 90% of a syllabus properly to score 60. To score 50 to 60, you need to do that, right? Let's understand things practically there. Go ahead and go for the mock testing. In our area, if I talk about it, the solution that I can give you for all the approaches that you can take up is, have you seen our courses yet? Matlab, you should definitely look forward to it. Oh, just a moment. Uh, I'll be just showing you our, this is our website, www.ada247.com. What you need to do is go on to the area of ADA 24/7. This is the main page. Go on to the area of JIB and CIB, and specifically go for the CIB June 2025 batch or June 2024, who's whatever you have been looking forward to. Revision batches are just about to start for APFM very soon, right? Just before the examination, 1 week before the exam, we start with that. And this is our increment pro batch. Under increment pro batch, you will get our live batch. In this case, you have got 350 hours of classes, 195 test series, 150 ebooks, and whatnot. Everyone, matlab everything is there, and the specific live classes are also available for you. And what you can do is click on the area of this, click on Y541 and apply it, and you will get the course for 5102.79. It's 80% discount is going on. So if you're going to the website, 79%, 1% extra if you download the app and utilize it. Even if you're not buying the course right now, you should download the app, because through app you get free live classes, the PDFs of various important study material that you can get, important questions, previous year questions, everything would be there. Once the examination is approaching, we share a lot of important information. Those particular information are exclusively available on our app as well. So definitely go for it and download our app right away. Okay, then this is our increment pro batch. And if you are planning to purchase it and you want to go through all the sessions, this is our four specific subjects. You want to have your optional subject and you want to go for any of the batches, full batch, then you want to go for the revision batches or case study batches as well, then I would prefer you should take CIIB Mahapack. Under Mahapack, what you will get those specific area of Y541, apply it. If you will just get it, then what you will get by using this specific code, you'll get it for 1 month, sorry, 12 months altogether, which is more beneficial. And you can get for 682 3.95, everyone, 1% extra discount if you download the app. So maybe around 6500 rupees to 6600 rupees, and then you get the entire course for a very limited amount. So if you're planning, then hurry up and get it right away, everyone. Thank you so much for being there. If this session was helpful, then please share the session, like the session, and also subscribe to the channel right away.